This video is where I'm just going to show you how to register derivative broker accounts. So even though it's not the best trading broker for financial instruments, it does have advantages of having synthetic indices. So the advantages with synthetic indices is that you can trade very small accounts, and also even synthetic indices are not affected with fundamentals or world events, unlike financial instruments where you have your stocks, forex currencies, and etc. Okay, so maybe this means I created two um, accounts before with the other two email addresses a few years ago when I was trying to show other people how to create derivative accounts. I think it doesn't allow you to paste the. Let me see. Okay, so I think maybe for now you can just start with try demo trading. I mean, since as someone new to using daily features, you might just want to maybe practice the trading first. And this is a new type of dashboard. I didn't even know they offered this new type of dashboard for new users. Okay, so the MT5 standard account, these ones are for the ones which are only accessible to those who wouldn't have verified your KYC. So now, because it's not a verified account, it won't even be regulated, even with Venue to FSA. Usually with regulated accounts, you will have to have done KYC, and Deriv, even if you don't have documents like bank statements or electric bill statements, they do even accept an affidavit form. So you could go with your landlord or your parent to a police station, or I think a commissioner of oaths, depending on your country, and you can actually get an affidavit, and you can use that as your proof of residency. But even if you do that in the future, try to get actual document which is in print form. Okay, just in case on the booking side you make too much money in the future and they request you to send another type of document like what some shady brokers do, though I haven't had anyone complaining of that with Deriv. So all demo accounts will use this server on MetaTrader, and then I'm copying the login ID. No, okay, just by selecting that paper or pressing on that number. And of course, this one is for CFDs. You can see it's actually written CFDs. And then I'm seeing with this platform they give for new users, you can select options at the bottom there. So DTrader is where you can trade your options. Dbot for those who want to connect robots or try to create very simple robots with their feature. So I'm just going to show you the DTrader for binary options. Then now go to MetaTrader to connect that account for those who aren't traders, so that you can see how you just log in the MetaTrader accounts. Okay, so personally for me on the strategy which I trade, which I showed you for binary options, I trade the rise or fall type of options. Okay, although I would have checked for sentiment on the vanilla type of options, because you see if I select the vanilla options, the vanilla options are like actual normal options, not binary options, where your payout would depend on the distance with which time, with which price, sorry, would have moved, but only the calculation being done at the end of the time period that you would have selected your trade to end. So I'm not going to go deep into that, so that this video won't be long. But even if I select, for example, 1 hour, that is when you'll be able to show your candle chart. Then if you selected then candle, okay, if you press an X, you now see these. So that will be your instrument name. You can change that. And then for the vanilla options, call are your buy trades, predicting price to go up. Put will be your sell trades. Okay, payout per point, that is what's multiplied times the number of points which price would have moved by the end of the time duration you would have selected there. Strike price being zero, it means just the profit will be calculated from the current price you are opening right now until the price it will be by the end of the time duration. So you can select whatever time you want in hours, even also in days. It can be on a different day. And then on the instruments, you can select even from different asset classes. But financial instruments don't have vanilla options, since Deriv only knows where price of synthetic indices will be, but not of financial instruments. The market makers, I think, made the synthetic index markets for Deriv. But after checking the sentiment, after seeing the trade direction between buy or sell, where Deriv offers a smaller payout, that's where I then now open the trade on rise, type, or fall. Because for vanilla options, Deriv offers a smaller payout where they think price will go, to try and discourage traders to open trades in action. That's why you see in my trade histories, you see in my videos that in the MT5 account, you always see balances where I will be having money subtracted and added from the MT5 account, because I first before I actually open the trade on the rise or fall options. And then if the sentiment won't be there, then I won't open the trade. So these balances you always see. That's why you see that on my trade histories, the deposits and withdrawals won't really make sense. So anyway, to log in, okay, before even I log in that account, when you now want to verify your account with this new design, maybe you have to go to home, the bottom of the screen. You can, with Deriv, you can deposit and withdraw with crypto, bank cards, MasterCards, Visa cards, and also Deriv agent, which will be in a lot of countries. And you can even transfer money to other Deriv users using the DP2P application on Deriv. But be careful, there are ways in which you have to avoid scammers there. Okay, you can read that even in the disclaimer, terms and conditions of the Deriv document. And also even open those terms and conditions document and read them even before using Deriv. So the zero spread account, that will be the BVI FSC MT5 account. And then this one's just for financial instruments only, as a standard account, probably with only Deriv, only with Venueto FSC as the regulation. Then the STP account with tier 3 level regulation for Zimbabweans. The best which you can get as a Zimbabwean in Deriv broker is not appearing here because it's not a verified account yet. But I'm just trying to see if I select zero spread there as someone who hasn't verified an account. I'm just trying to see if it will allow you to open an account, because it actually never used to show us this feature. Okay, so I think it's only because it's a demo account for you to test the features. So it would be a commission based account with higher trading costs than the spread account of either the financial account or just the standard account, which will also have synthetic indices. But anyway, if I go back to home, I don't know if you guys could be lucky to get the account without uploading your proof of residency documents, because I'm seeing it showing the options of activate account there. The days I created an account, you actually couldn't open. You could only open the account and then maybe they would close it after like maybe a week or two. So maybe that is what they are still doing. They'll close it after a week or two if you don't verify the account. So maybe to verify, you would just go there on your profile. I think they might even make you fill in a small survey on the financial assessment. Okay, and then if you want support, of course, you can contact the live chat. Then additional information, maybe that's where you can upload your photo of an ID, national ID or passport for identification, and then also your proof of residency documents to just prove where you live. So if you just fill in all those things on the financial assessment and also personal information, I think eventually you will then be shown where to upload your documents. If you have problems in doing that, you can always tell me. So for those new to trading, if you want now to log in your account, obviously you download MetaTrader 5 application, not 4. If it's Android, you come to this menu by selecting those 3 black lines at the top there. If it's an Android, if it's an iPhone or any Apple device, or if it's a computer, you can just look for the features there to be just a slightly different display, but almost the same. But for Android, you click that plus sign, then you won't have these suggestions if you hadn't used Deriv or any broker, if you're a new trader. But if you type in Deriv, you'll see all these options. So all demo accounts, despite the type of demo accounts for Deriv, will be logged in on that server for Deriv.com Limited. But if they are real accounts, Venueto accounts will be there for Zimbabweans. SVG accounts for people who wouldn't have approved your account with KYC documents. Then BVI FSC, the commission-based account, real account, and then FX for the STP account, where trades of the financial instruments are not traded against your broker, but straight to the broker's liquidity provider. So the trading there is safe, since you won't have a conflict of interest with the broker, but the account will have bigger trading costs than the Venueto or SVG spread accounts. There will be trading costs almost as also of the BVI FSC account, although it will be just in form of a spread instead of commissions. Even for regulation, you can confirm by selecting the I there to see the country in which the broker will be regulated. But for the demo accounts, you just go to deriv.com and then just paste that login ID and then the password you would have selected. Then select login at the bottom. So this will now be there for new traders. You can select there to add instruments. You will see even other folders of synthetic indices, like all these are synthetics. Okay, even that one. Okay, even these are synthetics. The rest are just financial instruments. These are derived indices of Deriv, where they try to derive them from other financial instruments. That's also synthetic indices. The rest are financial instruments. So you can check the other videos on my channel on how to open trades. So I won't make this video too long. And then also remember, you for Deriv, the highest I had anyone withdrawing without a problem from the B booking side when trading against the broker, okay, was 10,000 US dollars. But you can do withdrawals even before approving your account with KYC, although you should just try to approve it as soon as possible, because there are some stories out there of some shady brokers which may try to put demands which are too high on the type of proof of residency document they all want to accept. If you would have traded and made a profit before approving your account with KYC. But I still, with Deriv, have seen a lot of people withdrawing a few $100 without having approved their account yet. So if you have any questions on creating the accounts, you can just tell me.